You're welcome back to the program. You're welcome to the Afia Money Weekend Show. Actually, you're not welcome if you're just joining us, but if you've been with us, it's been an amazing 2 hours of content. Spoken about things trending, how to start a business from scratch, the Senator Natasha versus Akpabio controversy, even the privacy in friendships as well. Done a justice to the newspaper review, newspaper headlines this morning. And we're going to end it on a really sweet note with an interview with Loqi Mhe. Very, very impressive stage name. Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Again, thank you so much for having me on the show.
You are welcome. I think we're going to start with your stage name. I thought it was, when I first saw it, I thought it was Loqi Mhe.
Yeah.
But then, you cleared it and said it was Loqi Mhe. Tell us the inspiration behind that.
So it's Loqi Mhe. The name Loqi, I just there's a popular Loqi that we know, right? And I just took from that name, but instead of using the K, I switched it to a Q, so I can have like my own meaning to it. And the Mhe there means made him escape. So Loqi is kind of like an alter ego for me as a person. So Loqi is my escape from everything that I don't need to be in.
Wow.
What are you reading?
Very interesting. I mean, like, my brain is blown at this time. Make him escape Loqi. I know the character Loqi, and putting your own spin on it, and then making this your stage name like an alter ego. That's very brilliant. Very brilliant.
Thank you so much.
All right, tell us, what genre of music do you do? I've listened to your genre of music. What genre of music do you do?
Afrobeat generally. Although I try to see myself as a very versatile artist because I like to experiment a lot. But majorly Afrobeats because it's with the climate in which I'm currently like making my music. So Afrobeats basically.
How long have you been doing music professionally for? Because a lot of
professionally, I've been okay. So I just dropped my first single today.
Wow.
Yeah. But professionally, I've been recording since 2021.
Wow. Big ups to you. Congratulations.
Yeah. I've been recording since 2021.
It's really not easy, choosing this line. It's a very rewarding, but I think the journey can be very stressful. So congratulations to you on your first single.
Yeah, and that's the most beautiful thing about it because I'm a lover of processes, right? I love just seeing how things play out, right? So I've embedded myself like in this process to see how it's going to play out, and of course I'm always like very positive and looking at like the good side of things. So I kind of have like a belief that it's all going to at least go well.
Okay, that is nice. All right, so before I ask you some more personal questions, I think we should talk a little about controversies and, what your fellow music artists are doing on the internet and everywhere. So the first question I want to ask is, would you say that Nigerian musical artists out there are good models for the upcoming music artists?
Now it's depends on the side in which you choose to look at it, right? Because me as a person, I always like to separate the artist from the arts, right? So when I have like an artist I look up to that art instead of like looking up to like the artist, because the artist, just like I said, I had like my name is an alter ego, the artists are humans as well. So like they are prone to make normal human mistakes that everybody can make, right? But them being in like that artist realm, that is the only thing that I can pick up to like look up to. Just like let me even go away from like the Nigerian music scene right now. Let's go maybe to like the American music scene. Let's look at Kanye West. It makes amazing music, right? His music is so inspirational, but his person is not something that one would like want to be like overly affiliated with too much, right? But the music is good. You can't take away the music from him. So I feel like picking your role models, you should just have it in mind that these people are human as you are, and you should always learn to like separate them from their arts. I think that makes it easy to choose.
Okay, so judging by their arts, their quality of music, and all of that, they are good models.
Yeah, judging by how their arts is, they are good models. Now, if you want to take after what they do, like their personal lives, then I feel like that's a decision that anybody will just choose to make themselves. Although they have like major influence in everything because they are mainstream. They have major influence. But personally, I would personally not pick into being somebody or what someone is, but I can pick into what their art is. I can try to learn from this is how this person sings, or this is how this person do their thing. I can try to pick into that and learn from it.
Okay,
but
great.
Not how they choose to live their lives.
Okay, now that leads me to the next question, which is, would you agree that the industry sort of constrains you, forms you into what it wants you to be? Because we've heard stories of how people get into record labels or what have you, and somehow they're expected to get into drugs, do this, do that. And then there are other people saying it's a matter of choice, really, because you could have made the decision not to. So it begs the question, does the industry influence the artist, or does the artist actually just become who they really want to be when they, get on those high platforms?
So I feel like it's a two-sided thing. And the industry would definitely influence the artist because coming into the industry, you'll be told that there are some sacrifices that you need to make, whether it's by maybe piercing your ear, whether it's by maybe drawing tattoos, whether it's by doing something that might normally just be against what you believe in, right? But you just have to do it because it's a requisite for what's like the industry wants. So you just have to do it. So the industry would most likely influence you. In fact, like I don't think like an artist has any major influence on the industry itself. The industry is going to do the influencing instead of the artist to do the influencing. So right now it's a matter of and just like I said, it's a two-sided thing. So it's also dependent on what choices you feel like making. Because I mean, there are artists that are not mainstream. They're not doing like the mainstream thing, but they are still seeing their daily bread from like making music still, and they're not into like all sort of things that someone might imagine that they are into, right? So it's still a two-sided thing. The industry would majorly influence you, but at the end of the day, the influence would be determined whether you choose to be influenced or not.
From what you're saying, you said the industry is going to influence you, but the choice is yours, right? So now, what if you choose not to be influenced by the industry? Does it limit you?
Now, if you choose not to be influenced by the industry, now it's a very, very crazy ball game, because that can lead you to being like sidelined, right? That can lead you to being sidelined. That can lead them to feel like you're not ready for this. So that's literally what I think it is. If you choose not to want to conform to like the identity of the industry, if you have like the balls enough, you might succeed. But if you don't, it might lead you to being like just put in one place, to just being sidelined.
So what do you advise? Is it okay? I better allow the industry to influence if you want to make it all. Except you have like crazy money, or like you're a trust fund kid, or a record label, somebody.
But I think there should be a limit. Just draw the line.
So that you don't change totally and become somebody because you want to make something.
In the aspect of things are changing. The way people drop music, the way people record music, the way people go about promoting music 10 years ago is not how like they're doing it now.
Yeah.
Right now, there's a whole lot of things now that the artist needs to do now. Artist has to be content creators. Artist has to do this. Artist has to do that. It wasn't like that like a couple years ago. So definitely the industry is changing, and its change is always going to have like an effect on the artist. So any artist that choose not to adapt to the change or try to like follow up, they are either going to be sidelined or left behind. So that's just it.
I think what you said just makes a lot of sense to me. The industry does influence you, and you have to now choose a side. But let's move away from the industry. I mean, the spotlight is on you right now, Loqi Mhe. Tell us about this new single. I'm sure it's available on all streaming platforms, but tell us about it, a bit of inspiration, before we let you go.
Oh yeah, so Enchanted is just a song that I wrote when I was in the dating scene.
You're no longer in the dating scene.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm no longer in the dating scene. It's quite messy right now, so I'm no longer in the dating scene. So it was a song that I wrote in the dating scene, and while I was in the dating scene, and it's just a song that I just wanted to express and vibe on, right? And that's how we came up with Enchanted. I originally had the first two lines of the song, and I went to the studio, met my producer, and we worked it, and we came out with Enchanted. So the song has been released now on all platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music. So please, guys, go check it out. Enchanted by Loqi Mhe, Loqi Mhe. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, and of course, I wish you all the best. Wish you all the best on all the streaming platforms, all the numbers, every single thing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. They say it's from Club the Dance used to start. So from Enchanted, maybe we'll get an EP, an album, but first let us show Enchanted all the love that it deserves at this time. Thank you once again for joining us on the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
All right. Of course, that was Loqi Mhe. He has a new single out, Enchanted. So do well to check that out. And on this note, we are going to be closing the curtains on the Afia morning weekend. Drawing or closing? What are they doing to the curtains? All right. We're going to be drawing the curtains on the Afia morning weekend show today. Do also follow us on all our social media platforms at Afia TV Official. My name is Favor Obinyeluba. A happy new month.
My name is Divine Onwa. Happy new month.
And my name is Ogochukwu. Happy new month.